Hello students, in the previous video I have discussed about the kingdom Monera in brief, and I have taken the example bacteria. In that I have discussed about the structure, about the occurrence and the types of bacteria on the basis of shape. So in this video I am going to discuss about the useful and the harmful bacteria. So first let's discuss about the useful bacteria. So first I am going to discuss in the field of medicines. Antibiotics are medicines that can destroy disease-causing germs in the body. Certain types of bacteria are used in the manufacture of antibiotics like streptomycin to treat various human diseases. This is not only used to treat the various human diseases but also used in treating many plant and animal diseases also. Vaccines are used in preventing diseases like polio, tuberculosis, smallpox, etc. Next is the formation of milk from curd, and the process of formation of curd from milk is called as curdling of milk, and lactobacillus bacteria is responsible for the curdling of milk. This bacteria convert lactose into lactic acid, and lactose is also called as what? Milk sugar. Means lactose is the sugar which is present in the milk. Now, because of the formation of lactic acid, the taste of the curd is what? Sour. Clear? Now, next is the fermentation of fruit juices into vinegar. So, Acidobacter bacteria is responsible for the formation of fermentation of fruit juices into vinegar, and the another name of vinegar is what? Acetic acid. Now the next useful bacteria means the next use of bacteria is in the field of tanning of leather. So what is tanning of leather? Tanning is the process in which skin color is darkened or tanned. Clear? So the bacteria which is responsible for tanning of leather is Bacillus subtilis. Now next is the retting of fiber. So what is retting of fiber? Certain bacteria are used in the separation of fiber from the stem and also used in making the fiber soft. Clear? It is used in making the fiber softer. So best example is the jute fiber. So jute fibers are separated and made softer by the use of bacteria. And which bacteria is responsible for this? Clostridium butyricum. Clear? Now next is the formation of compost and manure. So cow dung, horse dung and agriculture waste are subjected to bacterial action which causes their decay and produces very useful manure. And you know the use of manure, it is very good for the growth of the plant. So in this aerobic and anaerobic both type of bacteria are used. Aerobic bacteria means what? The bacteria which breathe in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic bacteria means what? Means those bacteria can survive in the absence of oxygen. Now the next is the biogas and gobar gas. There are sewage plants in big cities where the collected human excreta is decomposed by sewage bacteria, and in this process inflammable gas is produced which is collected for cooking, and the liquid and solid products are used, that is used as what? As a manure. Clear? Then now the very important thing is here, that is what is inflammable gas. Inflammable gas is the gas that can be explosive when mixed with air in right proportion. Clear? Now next is some bacteria live in the large intestine of human being and produce vitamin like vitamin B and vitamin K, and they are needed by the body. So what is the use of vitamin B? Yes, vitamin B is used for maintaining the good health and well-being. Clear? And they are also, means you can say that they are the building block of the healthy body. Then vitamin K, what is the importance of vitamin K? Vitamin K is responsible for the blood clotting and healthy bones. Now what is the bacteria that is found in the human intestine? Yes, Escherichia coli. Clear? Now next is the bacteria present in the intestine of herbivores. Clear? And those bacteria are helpful in the digestion of cellulose. As you know that the herbivores are what? Herbivores are the organisms that depend on green plants for food. And green plants are what? Green plants are made up of cellulose. So special type of bacteria occurs in the intestine of herbivores that help in the digestion of cellulose. Next is the certain types of rhizobium bacteria are found living in the root nodules of leguminous plants like the pea, bean, etc. And these bacteria trap the nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into nitrates that can be easily absorbed by the plants from the soil along with the water. It is observed that the bacteria provide food to the host plant, and the host plant in turn provide shelter to the bacteria. Means in this kind of relationship both the organisms live in harmony and they benefiting each benefiting from such a relationship is called as what? Is called as symbiosis, and the organisms are called as a symbiont. So in this symbiosis what happened? One provide food to the other organism, and another organism provide shelter to the first one. Clear? So this type of relationship is called as what? Symbiosis. Clear? Then certain bacteria are which are saprophytic act like scavengers. They help in converting complex food material into agriculturally useful nutrients like nitrates, sulfates and phosphate, and this way they increase the soil fertility. And the example is what? Nitrifying bacteria. Now the one word is here, saprophytic. What is this saprophytic? Saprophytic means the organisms which feed on dead and decaying organic remains. They are called as what? Saprophytic. Now next is the harmful bacteria. So the first bad effects of bacteria is that spoilage of food. Food items like milk, meat, fish, vegetables get spoiled quickly due to the presence of bacteria. Tinned and packed foods should not be consumed after their expiry date, as it can be infected by bacteria. That is why you must have seen that on each and every packed items, what is written there on the packet? Expiry date. Clear? So till that date bacteria is not there, but after expiry date if you will eat, it can cause the stomach infection. Now the next harmful effect of this bacteria is the disease. As you know, bacteria are responsible for a number of diseases, and some of which are typhoid, leprosy, TB, pneumonia, cholera, etc. So you can see on the screen also, here the table is given, like the disease is the typhoid. And which bacteria is responsible for typhoid? Yes, Salmonella typhimurium. Then the next one is tuberculosis, and the bacteria responsible is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The third one is pneumonia, and for which bacteria is responsible for pneumonia? Yes, Streptococcus pneumoniae. Then the fourth one is cholera, and which bacteria is responsible for this? Vibrio cholerae. Then the next disease is diphtheria, and the bacteria which is responsible for diphtheria is Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Okay, so this much for this video, and next topic I'll discuss in the next video. Till then, have a nice day.